y'all? How you perking? I hope you perking good. So, we have made it to 2022. Happy New Year, everybody. As much as we don't want to look back, as much as we don't want to, we are due to look back just a little piece, just into December of last year in 2021, because it is that time of month here to do the proof video, to see what predictions that we put out there have come true in December. So we're gonna look at this right now with you, but first, I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful, so if you're down with that, join with the family. We'd love to have you here. And in addition to subscribing and tapping that notification bell, you can become a part of the Perk Squad for 5 extra perks, including weekly forecasts, exclusive videos, and shout outs like this one. Shout out to you, Mark Pedro. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. Big hugs to you. Awesome. Alrighty, y'all. Oh, and look at me. Yeah, on these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. Ooh, tea with the tarot. All the merch is listed down below. But yeah, tea with the tarot shirt listed down below. Making all my chins come out on that one. Penelope agrees. So, we're fixing to get into taking a look at everything that came true in December. And then there's something down here scrimming around that I'm going to have to tell you about a little bit after the clips. Sneak peek. Okay. I'll see you in just a second. Let's roll the clips. So, when I'm looking up here at this top row, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, 7 of Swords in reverse, Temperance card in reverse, this is kind of weak energy politically, weak energy. And what worries me about weak energy in politics is when things are weak, that means it's easy to get run over, basically. You know, when you're being a doormat and then people run all over you, there's something with that vibe here in politics for December. So it's like if someone presents a very weak argument, they might get bulldozed. This is a card about disappointment, and this is a card, just gotta say, that echoes this top row, where it's like, okay, you don't want to do it my way? Well, I'm sorry, because it's my way or the highway, so I'm gonna bulldoze you because I'm the magician and I can make it happen, and if this is what I want, I'm gonna make it happen. So I'm seeing something, politically speaking, some kind of strong arming happening in politics in December, and people getting bulldozed, things getting overridden in a power grab, power play kind of way. That's weird. Breaking of bonds, breaking of promises. So some kind of a way I'm seeing somebody go back on their word in politics. Now, I might be a little jaded, but that's not the most like, oh, alert the news, a politician went back on their word. Like, I mean, that kind of shit happens, but like this looks like it's kind of a big deal. The flip-floppy thing is not going to be a good look for them. And remember how we were talking earlier about weaknesses in politics? I'm seeing this as a potential weakness. Like, so we're going to have some sort of moments of clarity in politics in December that's going to be kind of a big deal. It's going to feel kind of a big deal. It's going to have like some sort of new awareness about something relative to politics, some sort of understanding, some sort of truth coming out, something like that is a bit of an eye-opener, a bit of a eureka moment, politically speaking. And so if people are not consistent with their messaging or not truthful with their messaging, that could be a problem for them. So what I'm seeing, for starters, whoever this woman is, she's either not a great woman or she's not in good standing some sort of way. The Queen of Wands in reverse is like, ma'am, I'm sorry, you are confused. And so it's not good for her. It's not good for her. She does not have her head on her shoulders right. She's not being smart right now. And she's either I think she's a shitty person. Over here with the Two of Pentacles upright, this is like exchanging hands, giving from one thing to another, This energy is like throwing someone under the bus, throwing something under the bus. So yeah, it's throwing someone or something straight up under the bus, passing the buck, throwing it off to somebody else, doesn't want to be the one to hold this and carry it anymore. And the thing was, I was like, okay, Three of Cups, maybe these three people here, and it's three people on the card, but it could mean a group of people, so this could mean more than three people in real life that this situation is referring to. Maybe these people are okay, but boom, when we got the Ten of Swords on top of it in reverse like this, what this is saying is this is gonna create more of a shit show. This is gonna create more of an issue because her trying to, whoever she is, micro shit over here, trying to hot potato all of this away is not only her shooting herself in the foot, not really helping her, not really doing her any favors, not really doing her any justice, but it's also not really to them as well. It's kind of, this doesn't look like it's going to go so great for any of these folks, but especially not particularly her, because there's only so far she can get with this approach. And this isn't going to work out for this woman. And whoever she is, she's connected to politics some sort of way. So the Four of Swords here, y'all, this is a laying low kind of card. And we're talking about the economy. That's not particularly good. We want to see a flourishing card, an abundance card. We want to see things moving and going and in terms of economy. But I'm not seeing that here in December. And again, I'll let you, just my interpretation, okay? But I'm not seeing that in December. I'm seeing an economic laying low of sorts, laying low. In fact, when we get this card that talks about movement, which this is a promising card that's like things will get to moving at some point, so I don't feel like, this is stalled for eternity. This is promising, but notice that these two cards come after it. We've got the Hangman card and the Three of Wands in reverse. Both of these are slow, lagging energies. This is a pause button right here, and this is like, hello, I'm waiting. The Jeopardy song. Like, that's not good. These waiting energies coupled with this laying low, I do think there's going to be something really sluggish about economy in December. Really, really sluggish. With the High Priestess here, that's where it gets a little extra shady, because High Priestess a lot of times is talking about secrecy, things that are hidden, things that are behind the scenes, things that are, I don't know, they're just not right here in our face, clearly, honestly, transparently. So it looks like economically there's some kind of a slowness happening in December, and we might know some of the reasonings behind it, but we're not being told everything completely transparently, completely honestly. again, all alleged, just my interpretation. That's why I said it before. That's why Penelope keeps having me repeat it. So I don't understand. I half understand why, and I half don't understand why we can't just have full transparency and honesty. I don't really, I get it and don't get it all at the same time. Over here with the Magician and the Empress card on it, I'm gotta be honest. Oh, I gotta be careful. I gotta be honest and I gotta be careful. As we've had some of y'all who read tarot cards as well point this out before correctly, you know, the Empress is got the biggest crown on her of all. Crown comes from the word corona. That word is associated with some stuff that's going on right now in the world. And we have the Magician card around that. What weirds me out about that? What weirds me out, and I am not trying to be controversial. See, I'm so nervous I can't even fucking talk. I swear to whatever I've got to swear to that I am not trying to be controversial right now. All I'm trying to do is read the cards. I'm just a girl reading cards, and if they're here, I gotta say what I'm seeing. You know, I'm not one of those people that holds back and doesn't tell you what I see. I'm not gonna squeeze something out of the cards that I don't see, but I'm also not gonna be shush about something that I do see. And I don't understand why we'd get a Corona type of card here with the Magician card being the thing beneath it, being the umbrella overarching of it, because the Magician card is usually, y'all have heard me say it a lot in the past, it's think of what magicians can do. They can abracadabra and make things happen. They can, you know, they basically have control to do whatever they want and say whatever they want and whatever. Magicians a lot of times are the communications cards. We talked about that before. Delivering some sort of communications from one thing to another. In spirituality, the Magician card is supposed to be taking information from the divine and putting it out there in the real world. Kind of like what here I do with the tarot cards. That's what's supposed to be done with it. So why would we have this card connected to it? And I'm not trying, again, to be controversial. Maybe there's some perfectly reasonable explanations behind this, and I just right now in this moment can't place it. Maybe if I had time to sit down and think critically about it, I could. So I'm not trying to go all, you know, left, right, whatever about this. But it is interesting to see this, and it's interesting that this came up in the economy section, because the next section is about wellness, which encapsulates health, love, spirituality, and things like that. So if it was something about the health and wellness of Corona over here, that would be coming up in that category. It's not coming up there right now. We're not there yet. It's already coming up when we're talking about the economy. So it's playing into the economy some type of way in December, and there's something about that is not entirely honest or transparent or whatever. Wellness category, health, love, and spirituality, all alleged, just my interpretation. This is a people walking away from some idea of something. And we have next to it, interestingly enough, King of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. This, I'm not gonna lie, again, it's going COVID related here. And this feels very much to me like people rebelling against some things that might be coming down the pipeline with that. So, to be more specific, especially when I'm seeing this Five of Swords card here upright, this feels like people kind of refusing shit. So this feels like people being like, no, I refuse. I'm tired of lockdowns. Or I refuse. I'm tired of masks. Or no, I refuse. I'm tired of, put it in there, fill in the blank, and kind of pushing back. So I know there's been, this interplay between compliance, pushback, this whole time since 2020. So for almost 2 years now, there's been a weird interplay between compliance and pushback. And I know usually there's some sort of differences between groups, where there's certain groups that pretty consistently comply and certain groups that pretty consistently push back, but this feels different. This feels like all groups together in aggregate form having a little bit more digging in their heels than is typical for the aggregate group to have. What happens then if some of the people that were in the group of I usually comply are like, no, I'm tired of this. I'm drained. I did all the right things. I've done all the things. I've stayed home. I've worn the mask. I've got the pokes. I've got boosters. I've done all this stuff, but something's got to give. I can't be like this forever. I've got to have my job, or I've got to have my kids in school, or I've got to do this little thing or that little thing. And so some of them start to waver. And then that shifts the dynamic of the overall group sum to a degree. Are you seeing what I mean? Are you seeing what I mean? I'm trying to be clear. I'm trying to be clear. I'm seeing a shift in dynamic in that way towards that direction in December. It doesn't mean it has to be a massive shift. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a total 180. It doesn't necessarily mean that, it's going to be some big all and out thing. I'm not saying everybody's going to be a convert or some bullshit like that. But what I am saying is we're going to start seeing a little bit of a shift up. Bottom row. What is interesting about this, and again, we're talking about health, wellness, love, spirituality, the whole shebang. This again feels like it could be COVID related. I think the reason why they keep bringing this stuff up right now is because of that new thing that's come out. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. The whole, OMICRON version of COVID. Let me spell everything. Hopefully I spelled it right. I don't know. Sue me if I didn't. Don't do that. It's a spelling, okay? It's a spelling error. Anyway, and I might have got it right anyway. But I think that because that has emerged and it's all the buzz right now, it's probably on a lot of people's minds collectively. And so the guides are probably trying to bring it up right now because there's probably a lot of questions and probably a lot of interest around it. And I have even seen a couple of people in some comments say, oh, can you do a reading on it? The thing is, the things that I want to do a reading on versus the things I'm allowed to do a reading on via YouTube, two totally different sections of stuff. But I do see that this stuff is coming up a lot right now. And I think it's because they're trying to find ways to answer some of the things that y'all are thinking about, wondering, maybe concerned about, stuff like that. And they're trying to answer those things in ways that I am permitted to. So all alleged, just my interpretation. This bottom row with the family card in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. This is interestingly not as much about physical health as it is mental health. So when we're talking physical health, we'd be looking at seeing a lot more Wands cards and a lot more Pentacles cards like we were seeing up in this top row. But in this bottom row, we're seeing Cups and Swords, which are very emotional and mental in nature. And with these being reversals here, this is making it seem like all of the mental and emotional things that would be coming out of this COVID stuff that's whirling around right now is the worst part of it. I'm not saying that nobody's gonna get it. I'm not saying nobody's gonna get ill. I'm not saying there will be no casualties from this. I'm not saying any of those things. Please do not put words in my mouth. What I am saying is that, all alleged, just my interpretation, they're putting cards up here that have more to do with worry, panic, concern, feeling anxious, feeling afraid, having those feelings of anxiety and fear and concern and pressure start to wear away at our immune systems and make us not feel well, and all of those kind of things. They're seeing a lot more of that than they are seeing of the flip side of this. So again, not to say that the new COVID variant thing isn't to something that needs to be watched. Not saying that it's, not scary. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have caution about it. And I'm not one to try to take away the dangers and stuff of that. I know it's real. I know it's serious. And so I'm not trying to negate any of that, but for whatever reason, they are trying to show here that in terms of what we've already seen, what we've already been through, what we have already experienced that is related to this illness, it looks like we're not necessarily going to see worse than that now. That the other stuff here that's about our fears and our anxieties and things around it is more of a concern to them than that. Does that make sense? I am not a doctor. I am not an immunologist. I am not any of those things. So all the disclaimers in the world here, just a girl reading cards. You can take that how you want to take that. I hope that it answers some of your questions about the level of fear or caution or whatever. And also that, again, I'm not negating that any of this is real or can be scary or that it has physical, real world complications and stuff. I'm not trying to say it doesn't. So all the disclaimers I got to put out here so that people don't twist and throw shit in my face and whatever. I'm trying to do all the disclaimers. So, okay. Because it's really abstract and it's really hard to put a finger on it and explain. But it's that internal, ramping up of things that pushes us forward, propels us forward, gives us more inertia to where we're like, fuck it, I'm going to take that leap. And I'm seeing more of that come in December. Now, with that being said, we have these pinnacles all around it. So the reason why we start feeling those things, I don't see this as, just spiritually, astrologically, energetically, we're just going to start feeling that drive. No, not necessarily. I don't see it as being quite as, for lack of a better way of saying it, woo-woo is that. This is surrounded by pinnacles, y'all. This means real world shit pushes us. Okay? So let that sink in a little bit. In December 2021, it is looking like the happenings in the real world shit is gonna start to make us see things a certain way, think things a certain way, hold certain opinions a certain way, to the point that we start being like, I'm feeling like I gotta do this, or say this, or advocate on this behalf, or do this thing, be active here, be proactive here, it's gonna start to kind of compel us a bit more. So there's a literal cause and effect type of thing here, from what I'm seeing in December. So just throwing that out there. Bottom row, when we're looking at these pinnacles, there's a lot going on here. So notice here we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. This is a literal pair in the tarot. And so there's something here that can be about a literal pair in the real world. Pair meaning in the real world, this pair may present as a married couple. This pair may present as, and I'm just saying examples here. It doesn't mean it has to be this, but I'm just saying examples here. Might be a president and their vice president. I'm seeing that come up as being a big part of what we're going to see going on in a physical sense that starts compelling us to move forward here. So over here, again, death card. What I will say is that I don't know for sure that this is meant to be a twofer here. I know for sure that right here with these cards surrounding it, the death card is meant to be talking about its non-literal form of things have to change, things are going to transform, things are going to kind of move on from one thing to another thing. And I do see that coming. However, it is possible, even without confirmation here, it is possible that this can be a twofer, that this card can also at the same time stand to be warning us of somebody's physical demise, somebody important's physical demise, as well as it relates to a lot of these world happenings that we're discussing. This feels like it's happening in multiple countries right now. And this is something that we're going to see more of here as we're moving further into December. We're going to see this louder. And so, just asking spirit guides, if we're going to see this louder, what does that mean? What are y'all trying to get at? What are y'all trying to tell us about the implications of this? What this means? What this could do to us? What we could see as a result of this? Give us some more insights into that, please. Ooh, I knew that card was coming up. I just fucking knew it. I knew that card was coming up. So the reason why they're saying this is because what this means is frustrations are going to be building. And you're seeing that this is damaging people and they are tired of waiting on it and they're going to get more riled up about it. And so what we're looking at here is that the impacts this is having, and again, this thing that they're showing here looks like it's a problem in multiple different countries, that this type of stalemate type of action politically is happening in more than just one country. Like, I'm feeling multiple different hotspots of this, and what they're showing here is that the impact of this is that people are gonna get so like impatient with the process here. It's kind of like people are getting fed up with the fact that we keep ending up at stalemates when we need to be moving things forward. And this affects a lot of people. Get your head out of your fucking ass. And I feel people getting more and more like in that mindset and making their voices heard more. This Five of Wands is a warring energy. This is tension. This is fighting. This sometimes can come up with protests or with riots or with people making some angry videos or call outs or things like that. And so I do see that kind of element coming in to be a bit of a shakeup. So I am seeing some kind of angry energy coming along and people doing the shaking. I'm seeing the shaking happen in December. So that's one thing. This situation that we can expect to see more of in December. From what else I'm seeing here, this is several different things. So first of all, if we're looking down here, Eight of Wands and the Lover's card in reverse, this is looking like continued issues with, how do I put this? I'll put it this way. holiday travel issues. So everybody knows holiday season and travel, it's a big thing. There's a lot going on, whatever. But I'm seeing a considerable uptick in holiday travel issues. So this can be, run the gamut. It could be issues as it relates to COVID. It could be issues as it relates to weather. It could be issues as it relates to people going on strike or shit like that. It can be lots of different things. But I am seeing some holiday travel issues here. So if any of y'all have plans for holiday travel, just play it safe. Go with your intuition. Just consider that. Not trying to be fear-based here, but just considering those things and thinking about it in advance. And with this being in the reverse on top of it, I am seeing people start to stress out more about financial and economic issues. And the reason why it gives me a political flair here is because it feels like that's kind of tying into some of this stuff. Like, I feel like average Joes like myself, like many of y'all out there, are kind of in the end of December gonna start to be really feeling a financial and economic squish, compression, not good feeling here, and that we're gonna feel like we want to shift blame to these people. Like, y'all are the reason why we're feeling this. We wouldn't be going through this if y'all had done X, Y, Z like you were supposed to or like you promised. We wouldn't be going through this. And so I see a lot of people, again, in that kind of perspective shift because they feel like I was promised this, that, and the other, but yet I'm the one bearing all the weight of this burden right now. And what the fuck? How is that fair? Like, I'm doing my part, you do yours, kind of thing. So again, I'm seeing that type of mounting energy rising up right here. I'm seeing that here. Over here, this is kind of a, tangent, rabbit, squirrel, left field, whoops, where are we going? Because this is unrelated to these, but with this Fool card upright, Judgment card in reverse, this to me, for whatever reason, is giving me like inclement weather stuff. So I'm not exactly sure what all that means, but I feel like there's some weather-related stuff, like natural disasters and things like that. Stuff like that could be popping up here at the end of December. If there's any ways that that you can keep safe, then do that. Just be careful is all. Because I do see that kind of cropping up in some places. Some potential for that. I'm feeling here that could be wind and water related, some wind and water related stuff. So I'm getting that kind of vibe here. So just be cautious if you happen to be, involved in areas that could present itself. I don't really know what this is about, but this feels like there's something at the end of December that involves people that are well known. I don't know if these are celebrities or if they're, how they're well known. I don't know who these people are or how they're well known, but this is some people that are in the spotlight that we are aware of, broadly speaking. I'm seeing some broken bridges. So I'm seeing people that used to have some sort of relationship or used to be on good terms, ending up no longer being on good terms and no longer having a strong relationship. I see somebody feeling like they're caught between a rock and a hard place with this, that it's like, well, I either choose to preserve this relationship or I choose to preserve myself and my own identity and stuff like that, and I don't want to be associated with this some kind of a way. I'm seeing people have to kind of hold on to those deeper, darker feelings here and trying to not let those out or let those be known, although I feel like people would be picking up on this and people would know this. We're kind of in a time where it's like, what can you actually hide from people, though? People sniff things out like a fucking watchdog these days. You kind of can't hide anything or squirrel anything away. whatever this situation entails, there's at least one woman who is kind of at the center of this. So there may be other people involved with this in some sort of, tangential way, but there's one woman here that's kind of at the center of this. There's a lot here that has to do with information, and whether or not people are willing to share information, and whether or not people accurately know this information. And whatever this is, it's not over yet, and it's not going to be over in December. It's going to continue. So this is something that's playing out more, again, I don't know if it's celebrities, it's just some people that are well known. And so, yeah, I'm seeing the potential for burnt bridges and misinformation and, people having to decide whether they value their own reputation more than they value some sort of relationship or alignment that they used to have with somebody. It's a fucking mess is what it is, and it will continue. Alrighty, y'all. If you'd like a private reading with me, in the description box below, BeasTalksAndTarot.com, you can get a private reading with me. Any kind of length of time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. Also, Reiki energy healing sessions, just all below. BeasTalksAndTarot.com. So December was a lot. I know January's already shaping up to be a lot, and I don't know yet at the time of putting this video out there if I've already filmed a 2022 entire year predictions video yet. But if I have not filmed that by the time this is going up, then just know that is on the radar. I will be getting into that as well. So that is coming. But as promised, in my lap here, there is a surprise to show. So I'm gonna show y'all that today. Long story short, Riquito, my husband Julio, he is used to little Shih Tzus. That's the type of breed that his family is used to. Those are the dogs that his sister has. He really likes them. And of course, I am a Chihuahua mom. I'm a Chihuahua mom. I got 3 Chihuahuas. And he's been a wonderful daddy to the 3 Chihuahuas. But he wanted to have a Shih Tzu. And so he's been begging for 2 years. And I keep being like, no, we can't have a 4th baby. Like, no. And then finally I'm like, you know what? Quit being a damn Scrooge. Just, you'll figure it out. Nobody's ever ready for new additions to the family. You'll figure it out. And so, meet Teodoro, aka Teddy, because for those of y'all who may not know, Teodoro is the Spanish way to say Theodore. And so, of course, if you're naming something Theodore, Teddy for short. So here's little Teddy. Is it bright? Is the light bright for you, Teddy? Yeah. I think they can see you, Teddy. I think they can see you. Yeah. Are you the little boy that your daddy wanted? Your daddy wanted a little baby boy? Well, he didn't care if it was going to be a boy or a girl, but we've got little Teddy. He wanted a little baby Shih Tzu. So, why are you here, son? Why are you here? So he's a very young son. He's a cute little boy. He's a very well-behaved little boy. He just lets you hold him. However, he just wants to be held. He doesn't care. He just likes being held, and so he's just a floppy little marshmallow puppy, and doesn't care if you hold him upside down, if you hold him straight up. He doesn't mind. He just wants to be held all the time. Yeah. And he's fitting into the pack well. He's doing good with the family, aren't you, son? Yes, you are. And he's trying to learn his potty training and all of that. So Now in our pack with Scooter, Bodie, and Izzy, we now have Teddy. Scooter, Bodie, Izzy, and Teddy. Tell them hi, Teodoro. Tell them hi. Tell them hi. Yeah? Are you gonna fall asleep? Yeah? Oh, he's gonna fall asleep. Okay. You sleepy baby. Babies sleep a lot, so the new member of the family here, and he follows me everywhere, and I'm like, go see your father wants you, your father. Not that I don't want him, but I've got anxiety and I'm resistant to change. And so I'm like, but yeah, I made a noise, didn't I? But I'm learning how to adapt. I'm learning how to be a Shih Tzu mom. Okay, I'm learning how to do it. If any of y'all are Shih Tzu moms out there, or moms of any like long hair puppies like this that need to be groomed, and y'all know a good, fast, easy way to get staining out of their little faces. You know how they have like the tear staining and then the staining on their little mouths and beards. If any of y'all have any really good tips about surefire ways, like, you know, 4 Dummies 101 on how to fix that and get that out, y'all let me know. Give me the tips, because as a Chihuahua mom, I have not had to cross that bridge, okay? This is unknown territory, and I'm scared, okay? Anywho, alrighty, y'all. I've rambled enough. I hope that y'all had a good Christmas season if you celebrate it, or any other holidays that you celebrate. I hope that they were very fun and warm and inviting. I hope that you've had a good holiday season here with the new year. Again, Happy New Year, y'all. We've made it to 2022. We're gonna get through, okay? We're gonna get through. I got more videos coming at you about 2022. We're gonna take a look into it. We're gonna see what we can expect this year. Dig into lots of little things, and we're gonna make it through, okay? We're gonna make it through. It's kind of like an exasperated laugh. Anybody else do that? Anybody else? Just me? Okay. Anywho, alrighty, y'all. I need to shut up. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Say bye, love you, mean it. Bye, love you, mean it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, love you, mean it. Okay, Teddy. Little lump. Bye, y'all. Is this how they play? They never actually do anything. They just run in circles around each other now? They were playing before.
put it. I mean, and if it probably a couple of weeks, I might have to again. In there.